Welcome to the stage now from Hendrick Motorsports, Kasey Kahne. Kasey, welcome to the media tour. Good to have you here.
Yeah, good to be here. Media tour. Looking forward, to today. There's a lot to be talked about. A lot going on in the sport and with our team and Hendrick Motorsports. It's been a nice with Mr. H and everybody that got inducted into the Hall of Fame. That was a really neat couple of days. We had some great times listening to the stories and things at the hall, and then we had a nice party Saturday night for Mr. H, and we had a blast. Hendrick Motorsports and a lot of the people from Hague and stuff. So it was a big party and a really good time. All thanking Mr. H and also congratulating him on his success and everything that he's done for so many of us.
All right, let's go ahead and open this up for questions here for Kasey Kahne. We'll go Wolfgang and then back to Tom Jensen.
Kasey here. Wolfgang Monser, Rennsport Press Agency from Germany. Last year, the driver replacing Dale Jr., Alex Bowman, had a pole position. I can't remember where, but during the season. How identical are all your four cars? When one driver is quick, the other drivers are not. In principle, can you set up identical your car like the driver who is leading either timesheets in qualifying or race?
That's a pretty complicated question because there's a lot that goes into that, and there's, especially last year, everybody's kind of in different areas and things. I feel like HMS is in a great direction, and we made a lot of those gains the last 12 to 14 races of the season, and we've even went further for this season. So I would say, looking ahead, to answer some of that question, a lot of the things are going to be very similar on all the cars, as the future goes. So I think we're headed in a great direction with that.
All right, in the back to Tom Jensen.
Hi, Kasey. Tom Jensen, FoxSports.com. Do you feel a higher level of optimism coming in to this year because of how you guys ran toward the end of the year, or do you feel pressure because you missed the chase the last couple of years?
I think it's more optimism, and just feeling good about where we went last year. Where we started, consistent 18th to 20th was not anything that we wanted, and after the last 12 to 14 races, we were 8th to 10. And so that jump, that consistency that we showed throughout the whole season for the speed of the car, and I thought was good. And we were working hard to make another jump because 8th to 10th isn't where we want to be either. But definitely a big, a lot of progress from where we were the first half of the season to where we ended, and we can only build on that. And we know where we made those gains as a company and as a team because we made them in both areas, and we'll just get better from there.
All right, we'll go over here and then to Holly.
Don Gamble, rapping on racing. Kasey, you're in the top of the sport. You got here much like Tony through the sprint cars into NASCAR. And I first met you at Lernerville Speedway years ago. As a matter of fact, I did a Victory Lane interview with you when you were still driving. But I think it was 2 years ago, I was fascinated. You were at the track, and you would think you'd want to see everybody or they would want to see you, but you were standing in turn 3 as a car owner watching your driver. You were just a fan that night. Your love for sprint car racing is amazing. Do you think that with your teams you will continue to do this or just focus on the NASCAR?
Well, I think my love for racing, in general, I love racing. I love the sport, all different types of racing. But sprint cars is something that I have a long background in and have really enjoyed learning. It's kind of how I learned how to race, was in dirt cars. Sprint cars was a huge part of that. So to have those teams, Brad Sweet and Darren Pittman, are, to me, that's some of the most fun I have each year is when I can actually go to the racetrack, support those guys, stand in the corner, grandstands, wherever it may be, and watch kind of their every move. And to me, that's a lot of fun. I enjoy having those teams. We have the employees that we have, the drivers that we have, and hopefully we can keep those going for a long time because it's something that means a lot to me.
Well, your success as a sprint car driver, does that put unnecessary pressure on your drivers?
I don't think a whole lot. I think that they know what I expect, but they put they have all the things that they expect of themselves, and they put that time in, they put the work in, and they're two of the best drivers you're going to find in sprint cars anywhere. And I'm glad that they raced for me, and each year they're just trying to be the best that they can. So I respect them a lot. That series, that traveling, it's a long season that those teams go through, and they do a great job with it. So my respect's high for them.
All right, we're going to go Holly and then over to Daniel.
Holly Kahne. Hi, Kasey. I wondered if you could talk a little bit about why you feel more optimistic going in this year. Throughout your career, you've had change of makes, teams, crew chiefs. You've really not had a real long period of the same person, same team, same kind of car. What is it in particular that makes you feel, better or optimistic that you're looking forward to this year?
Well, I think, first off, anytime any of us have a month or two off, and we all know we're starting at zero here in a couple of weeks, everybody feels good about it. Is excited to get the season started. For me, though, a lot of it has to do with the way we finished last year, the way the company, the progress of the company, and then the progress of our team, what Jimmy Johnson did, what Chase Elliott did. Those things to me were key, and they were highlights, and our 5 team did the same. We made a lot of gains, and we're much stronger the last 12 races of the season. So since Homestead, since Monday after Homestead, I've been with Keith, I've been with our engineers, and all of us as a team, from the pit crew side to the road guys, the guys building the cars. We've been a team, and we've been working to progress in those same areas that we made the gains in, and we've had a couple months to do that. So I feel like that is, a lot of hard work. Everybody's working hard, but for us, we're going in the right direction, and it's going to show this year, and I'm looking forward to that.
Daryl McFadden with NBC Sports. We have a pretty impressive rookie class coming in this year. If remembering back to the weeks and months ahead of your first full-time Cup season, what were the strong emotions that you were feeling, or the thoughts that were on your mind, and who were you leaning on going into this very big part of your life?
Yeah, it was all really new to me and really fresh and exciting. I had Bill Elliott and Ray Evernham to really lean on and work with. Tommy Baldwin was my crew chief. He was super open and communicated a lot, so that was really nice early on to have people like that, just lots of information, lots of things to pull from. And I was, I'd ran one full year Busch Series, and was hoping that I could figure out a Cup car, but really didn't know because I didn't get to run any races prior. So we did some testing, felt great testing, and was just really looking forward to the season. And we were good right from the start.
We'll go over here and then
really happy with that.
Sorry about that. We'll go over here and then we'll try to get to Chris here.
Jordan Bianchi, SBNation.com. Kasey, is there a specific performance goal you want to meet this year? Is it 1 win, 2 wins, or any certain number or barometer?
Yeah, I think, winning would be great, and that's definitely where we want to be. I think that's where everybody wants to be. You have to win in this sport. You have to run up front. You have to lead laps. If you want to be part of the playoffs, you need to do all that, and then you need to do it in the playoffs as well if you want to win a championship. So, to me, consistently running in the top 10, if we do that as a team, week in, week out, we're going to have our fair share, our shots to win, whether it's a stage, whether it's the final stage. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Just looking forward to performance and having much faster cars and being, doing a better job behind the wheel in basically every aspect.
Nice transition to bring playoffs in there. That was good.
Yeah.
No Chase reference. That's really strong. All right, let's wrap it up here with Chris.
Chris Knight, CatchFans.com. Kasey, I was just wondering, we've seen a lot of drivers have different things that make them reflect on things outside the race car. You recently, I think your son's a couple years old now, but has he made you reflect on things and make you realize what life's all about outside of racing?
Well, he just turned 15 months, so he's growing and changing so quickly, and he's a complete blast. Yeah, so I definitely look at things a little bit differently. When it comes to racing, I don't look at it a whole lot differently because I've always had such a passion for driving, and learning about the cars, being part of the team side of things, and working hard to be the best that I can be. So that hasn't changed a whole lot. I really want to be in victory lane with him. That's one thing that I do think about. But, you know, other than that, I think it's away from the track, how it's kind of changed my life and how I look at day to day, and kind of tonight when I'm done with all this, you know, how much fun I'll have tonight. So there's a lot of things that he's changed, but racing not so much.
Kasey, thank you for your time. Good luck this year.
Thank you, guys.